Happy holidays! I have a holiday-based review for you here. These are Funko Pop holiday figures. These are the Miser Brothers from The Year Without a Santa Claus. These are my two favorite holiday characters. You have Snow Miser and Heat Miser. Snow Miser is my favorite. I love what Funko did with these. These are part of their earlier waves of Pops. As you can see, part of the holiday line. They are number 1 and number 2. There were Pops after this in the holiday line, including some of them from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, as well as Elf on the Shelf. These are a little bit harder to find if you do want to start collecting Pops and love these characters, only because they are some of the early ones. There are another set of these. They were, I believe, glitterized. I would love to own those, but those are even harder to find. I believe those were a convention exclusive. So, without further ado, I'm going to get started with Snow Miser here for you. Now, I love the art that Funko did with Snow Miser and Heat Miser. It really captures their personalities. With Snow Miser, he's very happy-go-lucky, very smiley. His song is very happy. So they really have given him a happier look. I do love that in his image they give his face some three-dimensional feels. And then they actually capture that with their paint job on the actual figure. So here we have the front of the box first. And then you can get a full view of his artwork. In the back that shows the two of them only. These are the only two that were brought out from The Year Without a Santa Claus. If you like the Miser Brothers, they did do a second film with these guys called Miser Brothers Christmas. And it was also kind of a stop motion feel like the original. So we'll get him out of his package here. And what I love about these, and it's what Funko does the best, they do a great job when it comes to simplistic design characters. And these guys are very simplistic in their design, so there aren't a lot of flaws that I can see with the two that I have. So here is Snow Miser. As you can see, I was telling you about the paint job on the front to kind of give his face 3 dimensions. They also did an excellent sculpt with his nose and the icicles that hang off of it. It's one thing that Funko doesn't usually do too often is noses for characters. But these two both have very distinctive noses that kind of add to the character. Then he has his white hair. This is a big difference between the actual character and the figure. His hair is actually more clear in the movie because he is supposed to be the brother of Ice and Snow. So it was probably difficult for Funko to be able to do that. So they went with white, which is perfectly acceptable. Then he has his little barbershop kind of hat. It does have a little bit of error in paint job, just going a little bit out of the lines, but you hardly see it, so it doesn't bother me at all. And the rest of his outfit, he has his scarf, which I think Funko has done an absolutely amazing job being able to two-tone this, because each individual color, there really are no blends. Then he has his shirt, which has kind of the pointed ends on the sleeves and the bottom. This is also going to be seen in his brothers, Heat Misers, as well. Then his gloves, and I love that they included his cane, because his little dance number is adorable with the cane. And then the other thing that the two brothers share are these elf-like pointed shoes. A big difference between the brothers. Snow Miser has these like toppers in the light blue that fold over his shoes, where Heat Miser, you'll see it kind of comes up over his pants. And that area is just a little off as far as paint job on this foot. It does come all over a little bit onto his gray pants. But other than that, I am very pleased with this figure. I absolutely love him. So let's move on to Heat Miser. Now, Heat Miser is a very kind of grumpy character. So Funko did an absolutely wonderful job in this design, giving him kind of that grumpy face, kind of like Grumpy Cat. So then here is his actual full-on Funko design. He has kind of a scowl. Now there is a bit of a difference between the character and the artwork and the figure itself, just like Snow Miser, and it's just because it's hard sometimes to do these kind of things with figures. But if you haven't seen the movie itself, Heat Miser, of course, with his name, is kind of the brother that deals with the flames. He brings the summer months to the world. His hair is actually supposed to kind of be made of fire. So what Funko did in the paint job is give him a very orange hair, with the front is kind of a flicker of yellow to kind of give that flame hint. And in his artwork, it's just plain orange. So a better look at Heat Miser. He also has some touches. It's more of a pink to give his face a little bit more three-dimensional look. But the sculpt of his eyebrows coming over, giving him a scowl, is actually there. Then his big old fat red nose, which I just love. And then the other aspect of his sculpt that is really unique is these pointed ears, kind of elf-like. The Miser brothers are not elves, but it is part of his design. And then his shirt, like I said, is somewhat similar to his brothers. They have these points. He has this kind of pointed collar in a red-orange on top of his orange shirt. And then he has these cuffs that are kind of inturned. They are also pointed. His pants are very much kind of a gray. They are a darker gray than Snow Miser's. Kind of a brownish gray. He has very much earth tones, of course, being Heat Miser. And then his shoes are a dark red-orange, pointed. And here's where I was talking about how they differ from Snow Miser's, that these points along this edge are pointed upwards instead of downwards. So one more comparison of the two together. I just love these characters, and I think Funko did an absolutely great job. Like I said, these are part of a first wave of Pops, so there are definitely some flaws here and there, but not enough flaws that I wouldn't love these characters and won't keep them in my collection pretty much forever. I love to pull them out and decorate with them at Christmas. So with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. Look for more reviews coming in 2015. I do plan on getting my Frozen Pops reviewed out of their first wave, basically as soon as we get back from 2015. Outside of that, have a great holiday, everyone.